Hello, this is Cody Nelson with Cover Crop King. Just wanted to show you what we got going on here, how we kind of manage our spring grazing and feeding, I should say. Kind of bale grazing and we'll roll out some hay. So generally what we'll do when we start out is we'll come in here and we'll roll out a bale. The group of cows, we do have a small group of cows here at home. I think there's just 25 of them here right now. They're the bred heifers and first calvers. So we're gonna let them out here shortly. They'll come in and come to this. We'll also set a few bales out here for the bale grazing system. And I'd like to be out here for, better part of a week if possible. You can see what we've done. We've set a bale here last year. And we'll get tremendous grass growth in these areas. We're trying to cover these rocks over time. I know it's going to it'll take a while, but we'll get it done with bale grazing on top of these rocks. It's the only way we're going to get them moved, because they tried to move them several years ago and it didn't happen. So we're going to cover them with feed, and over time we'll build soil and we'll be able to not have these rocks as an issue. So we'll do this. Key to this is never feeding in the same spot twice. You can see we consistently move. We don't always feed them here. We just feed them once and then move on. I will from time to time use a bale feeder like the one over there. I don't love bale feeders. I don't love putting two bales that close to each other. I do like keeping the hay, especially when we got snowstorms coming. I like keeping the hay up off the ground a little bit. That seems to help, so we don't waste quite as much. But I'm not worried about the waste. We're building soil with the waste, so it's a win. One thing that we need to think about now as we come into spring, though, is managing for mud. And I like to look at the forecast. What's the weather going to do for us? And we've got several nights in the forecast here where we're going to be freezing up. So I could come out here and I could actually roll bales out and strategically do that, which is what would be ideal right in that area, is to continue to do this. And we'll kind of try to cover this area and move our way to the south. This is an area last year I did to the north of that to the fence, and I just like keep moving my way south through here. And then we'll also, so it all depends on the situation, what the weather is. Say I want 2-3 weeks worth of hay set out so I don't have to start a tractor and drive through the mud or start the skid loader. We'll set out bales and we'll try and get, say, a week here, maybe a week down in the bottom part back in the timber. You guys have seen the videos from the timber grazing. So we'll try and strategically do that, so that way the cows are the only ones kind of making a mess. We don't have to make a mess with the tractor, cause major compaction with the tractor or skid loader, and leave ruts all over the place. So keeps the yard clean and keeps the equipment in better shape, because we're not starting that equipment and running it through mud all spring. So that's what we like to do. We'll kind of plan on that. And then when it's frozen again, if we get into a stretch of those frozen mornings, I really like to go and roll these bales out strategically, just like this, and kind of get an area covered. I love rolling bales out. I don't love starting a tractor every day. So it's kind of a, whatever your preference is and whatever you're trying to accomplish. As we get more of the cows back here, these things will change a little bit. But we've done this now for 5 years. We've not hauled manure in 5 years, outside of maybe 1 or 2 loads that kind of build up around the barn. And honestly, we'll just use that. We'll use the grapple bucket on the tractor to spread that out. So anyways, that's kind of what we got going on here. This is how we manage the cows in the springtime. And then when we get into later spring, when the grass really starts to grow, we will designate an area. And this year, the area is actually going to be between here and those bales, right along our driveway. And that'll be pre-calving, but I like to lock them onto an area and then I call it the sacrifice area, but really it is the true soil building area. I mean, we'll feed a bunch of cows on a few acres. They'll make a mess out there, but we'll be setting it up for the next several years. So anyways, thanks a lot. Make sure you share the video, hit the subscribe button. We'll keep bringing you these videos as long as we can, so we appreciate it. Thanks. Hit the like button again. We'll be bringing you some more soon. Thanks a lot.